Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Stellaris, where you can see we are capped out on our minerals and energy. But we have another pretty big deal that is going on right now, and that is, if we look down here, the Unbidden, I can't even talk, the Unbidden would be something else entirely. The Unbidden have come. Now, we are in the 1.1 update. It has been publicly released by now. That was one reason I have taken a little bit of time off of actually playing this, just to make sure that release comes out so we don't have any inconsistencies here. But one of the things we do see is that the AI here, our allies, the United Iberic Confederacy, are actually willing to fight with us and actually going and fighting on their own. Now, I did send a scout fleet over here last time, and the Unbidden are slowly encroaching their way up. Now, I have a few options here, and I'm going to be doing a few things while pause before we get started here, because I have a lot of different things that I can do. If we look at the status of our nation now, first off, the Athlete Order, they do have new little text for things. Athletes, masters of the material plane, do you come to ask for spiritual guidance or to give orders? Whereas over here, these vassals will say any and all discoveries of the finest minds the Zachanite stars make will be reported to Inquisitor Bladus, who you hated so much before, but they're pathetic. Their tech level to us is superior. Can we actually do a research agreement with you guys? They're disloyal, so they won't. Okay, that's right. So, Zacron is ours. We have elected to instead... What? Okay, I was about to say, that looks like these guys are starting to blob out a bit. So the Cartel of Azten is going to be something to watch out for. Unfortunately, the Mythical Imperium is probably on par with them, so that can be a buffer state. Right now we have a common foe, guys. Don't use this to advantage here. Now we have a lot of fleets all around here, and these fleets are not necessarily suited to fight the alien menace here, so we're going to have to do some ship redesigns for sure. But I do have two options here. One is to just sit and try and retrofit, but I don't really like that option very much. What I'm going to do instead is take the far more interesting, sexier option and have our troops meet the Harbinger here. Reason being is twofold. First off, this line. Wow. This is part of the United Iberic Confederacy, and if we lose border access through here, we'll have to declare a war that we don't really want to. Now, maybe the Unbidden can take care of it, but I really want to make sure that my ships are over here. I don't expect to get ambushed by anybody who would be a threat. So I'm going to bring my people down to here. I'm also going to bring both of my science officers down here. You can see I have some newbie scientists, which means that I can't actually do a lot with them just yet, but we're just going to get hopefully our science ships will respond to come down here. It looks like they might be. I'm gonna put faith in the click actually happening on that. And one of the things that I did talk about before, we do actually find this unbugged when reloading the save. So that's good. We can't actually finish our probe search. Wrong click here. But I need a scientist of skill level 3, which I don't have. Well, I do have, if we look at our research page here. I'm researching Hyperdrive 3, which would be really nice. I'm researching Devastator Torpedoes 3, which would also be really nice. And you guys really need to get your butts moving down here, because apparently you're not moving right now. There we go. Why were you not moving before? Alright. I could try and put some construction ships up there too, but like I said, I have an ally buff right here, but these guys are actually my ally, and it does me a lot better to at least send a token force over here. I say about 20,000-30,000 worth of ships as a token force, but you know what I'm saying. Even if they're not the most efficiently best group together to take on the Unbidden, sending something is better than leaving the my AI ally out to dry, especially when it's entirely possible if I lose border access, although the Unbidden are more likely to consume these systems first. Don't want to take that risk. Now, like I said before, we do have a lot to talk about in this episode, and I want to make sure that we have everything up to date on the surface of our worlds. I would love to get something along the lines of there is late game research that you can get where you can actually upgrade. Wait, we can go ahead and go to yeah, we have enough influence for that, where you can actually upgrade and I'm just losing my train of thought here, the number of core systems that you have, and it's a repeatable tech, so you can get that beyond just being part of a direct democracy. It just takes a lot longer here. So we're just going to build up our infrastructure here a little bit. We can actually do another Betharian power plant. Interesting. We're just going to do a power... Did I do power hub there? I guess that's okay. Not what I meant to do, but that's what we'll do. Alright. So you're going to see as well that our economy is going to take a bit of a hit once these things start loading out. Like, we have 88 on the plus side right now. And part of the reason that I'm doing it this way, like so, is because I switched up, if you may have missed it previously, my actual... What? Current building, we want to upgrade to a biolab. Thank you. I had upgraded my systems and switched around what were my home systems. I want to have places that have a ton of tiles. Planetary administration is pretty important. We actually don't have kelp blockers being cleaned. And I am still going to be prioritizing energy on planets. And can we... We can't upgrade that yet because we don't have anything beyond a planetary administration. And are you unhappy for some reason? You are unhappy. That's cute. Why are you unhappy? Alien overlords. Oh, you must have switched to be like xenophobic or something. Well, none of these guys are particularly happy. Well, I'll give you a farm. That can work out. Alright, so once we upgrade this stuff, you know, if you've watched this series enough, you know what's coming next. We have to do some ship redesigns. Now, when we fought these guys the last time, as you can see, we do have, like, one tiny area over here. Actually, that's a science project over here. We know there's some stuff here. We know there's some stuff here. We know there's about to be a fleet engagement. We will watch that because I'm very curious about how our allies doing that. But we also need to go to the ship designer, and we need to upgrade some of these. I think actually some of these are redundant designs. But what we want to do is to build ships that have torpedoes. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be kind of redundant here. So maybe we don't need the Truth Seeker anymore. But I'll keep that design up there. But we're going to be going with the Shrike here. The Corvette spam does not work like maybe it used to. So Crystal Forge plating is interesting. I don't think that's really what I do. I definitely don't want to use missiles. I want to use torpedoes here. Torpedoes on the one hand, and then once we get closer, I hate only having Disruptor 1s. But we'll do Disruptor 1s because those do bonus damage to shields. Because, as we saw at the Unbidden last time, they have a lot of weapons that fire energy shots. They were like antimatter disruptors or something. And then we have... I mean, Crystal Forge plating is very fascinating here, but I think I want to go with something else. Fortunately, we have the antimatter reactors here. So I think I do want to actually give myself some shields. And I don't think... Okay, that's going to be just a little bit off. Alright. 3 and 2. Do I just give myself some armor instead? I mean, these things are not going to survive very long anyway. They have a tiny amount of hull points. Crystal Forge plating would actually increase the hull by quite a bit. That's worth considering. These guys are evasive, right? Or actually, they're not evasive. I did get some comments before in some videos of like, well, don't you have your ship's computers on there? It's like stay in formation and fire at nearby threats. I guess that could work to a point, but they, Paradox had admitted that was not, they weren't just supposed to clump in the back and do nothing. So we're going to go with this. We're going to keep the Shrike. I'm going to overwrite the design. So this is going to be kind of our design philosophy. We'll need to upgrade these things again. So we have the Abomination, which is kind of our torpedo ship. And we have our closer engager here. Let's see what happens with the Abomination. Okay, so we still have precognitive interface. Really want to put all the Crystal Forge plating that we can on this, apparently. Do we actually switch this to something else? I kind of like having the one large, one medium. For Destroyer, yeah, that's okay. So multiple torpedoes for multiple cats. I think I will keep some hull plating on here. So I always suck with doing the math for this. Like, I do want to put some shields up. Alright, what is 20? 25. Alright, so that gives us some extra hull, some cursory shields. Torpedoes. Nice thing about torpedoes is that they have range of 50. So you can get into the fight pretty early. We'll worry about the Crusher a little bit later. So we have the Cruiser here. One nice thing about the 1.1 update is that bombers got fixed. I wouldn't even call it buffed, just fixed. And they're really effective and they're really neat and pretty to watch. So we have the Bounty Hunter too, which apparently I already did upgrade. Alright. Well, I guess we're going with the Bounty Hunter instead of the Reckoner then. Interesting. So, like I said, it's been a little bit since I played. I gotta remember what exactly I have done to adjust some of these things here. So we have the Kraken and the Armageddon here. So apparently I did the Bounty Hunter at some point, because that's all like really updated here. Science ship we need to auto-complete and save. I like regenerative hull. Colony ship. Transport ship. We're not going to worry about defense platforms right now. Construction ship. So we can just auto-upgrade those and just right now. Okay. Back to the ship designer. Like I said, we got a lot of little housekeeping to do here first, with the Unbidden having just arrived. So we have the Kraken, which is our bomber boat, and we actually have improved bomber wings. Did I actually put the improved bombers on the Bounty Hunter? I did. That's good. So Armageddon. So we want to do the Kraken and we want to do Armageddon. Kraken's pretty important because it actually has the subspace snare. Armageddon, I could potentially put the shield dampener on, which would really screw with the Unbidden here. But we're already going to be firing so many torpedoes. Yeah, see, we want to, the autocomplete doesn't work as well as I'd like because we want to actually upgrade the bombers here. And this is a pretty substantial upgrade here. Much higher damage, same accuracy, more hull points, but they're apparently really hard to hit too. So this is going to be pretty much, the Kraken is going to be a torpedo boat. Can we actually put like another hangar on the back? Yeah, you know what? Let's do it this way. We're going to make this... The Kraken is really going to be our... release the tiny things here. All the things. Right, so how many torpedoes do you want? Because these guys can still engage from long range. I think that's enough torpedoes. And then we'll put some disruptors on here as well. Maybe one more torpedo. We're floating 5 energy right now. We have so much hull. We don't really have a lot in the way of armor. We don't have a ton of shields. So let's see here. Like, shields are not awesome versus the Unbidden, it seems like. But you need something. Okay, we don't need a large power reactor. Maybe we can put large shields. That lets us float 15. Does that mean we only need a small? Let's replace this instead of the Crystal Forge planes. Let's replace it with a little bit of armor. Okay, so we're down 10. Like I said, I suck at mathing this. Alright, antimatter. Up to 15. Okay, now I'm just replacing the plating here. I like having the extra hull points, but I feel like I need some actual damage reduction too. And look at this. It's just so great because I can actually do it this way. Let's see here. How much is it? 25 and then 50. So we're going to be floating 10 regardless. Unless we downgrade one of these to another disruptor. Oh well, it's not going to be as neat and clean. Let's see if the game can figure it out for us. So we got some armor, we got some large shields. 200 shields is decent. I think I can roll with that, except that we still want the subspace snare here. We really want that on the Kraken. So that means we're going to have to definitely put some power generation in here. How much are the mediums? Mediums are 50. And then one large as well. Look at that, so many hull points. Now, I could put the shield disruptors on here as well, but this is the new Kraken. Pretty cool. And then we have the Armageddon here. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's see. These have armor penetration. I don't care so much about that right now. Like, if we are doing these guys just for the Unbidden and these things need to be a bit more gunboaty, maybe I should wait to upgrade this design until we get a little closer. Like the Ripper autocannon, this will fire very fast. And we'll, let's see here. It doesn't really have, like, bonus damage. It just fires super fast. Same with the railgun. Fires a lot. Doesn't have my favorite range or anything like that. And we do want to engage these guys from a distance. So, if we're not really doing combined arms here right now, like, let's go ahead and do the auto. Maybe I wait until, because I do have some key technologies. Or maybe we just go ahead and upgrade. I'm just going to make this a missile boat. Same thing as the other one. We don't have bombers. We have all kinds of torpedoes. We can upgrade these later. You know what? Armageddon, you are just going to have all the torpedoes except for a few disruptors. Let the game figure out the power sources. We need shields. At least some shields. Alright, so minus 27, minus 37... minus 57. Alright, so take a medium off there, and we can just get rid of one of the shields and put an armor plating instead. Two, close enough. Alright. So now what do? Well, we do the obvious thing here. We have a spaceport. We're going to need to be building from a lot of spaceports here. So, look at the Kraken here. That's going to be good. Schlurg. And then Bacagni here. Okay, you don't have a lot of stuff yet. So we can, wow, you actually don't have a lot of stuff. So we can definitely put some Corvette assembly yards here. And which one did we say? Did we say it was going to be the Shrike? I guess we can tell because which one of these Corvettes costs a lot more? The Shrike does. Alright, same here. We'll put the destroyer assembly yards. You guys can be our destroyer boat place. Once again, which one of these costs more? The Abomination. Look at that. We were capped, and now we are not. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start here. It's like, how far are we into the episode? 17 minutes? That's not so bad. What I want to start with, though, is we're going to go on normal time. I want to see what this engagement looks like while our ships are going down here, because we do have an active sensor link with our allies, the United Iberic Confederacy, and we do have an actual battle here. Now, there's been a lot of system things that are supposedly improved even for the last time I checked out the patch, so we'll see if that's indeed the case. But we still don't have arid colonization. We are getting a lot of things just all at once. We're actually still positive on minerals, so that's good. There's a few other things I want to talk about. There's a few actual frontier outposts we can deal with too, but these guys are just coming at each other. The goal here with the Unbidden is that you want to destroy these little things. So they are getting into this military station range, and we can't tell what the actual aura on these guys is, but if we look at our buddies here, they do have plasma throwers, they do have ripper cannons, they do have some torpedoes. They've gone to combined arms things. They're using fighter wings. We're actually on par with their reactor technology. They do have hyperdrive 3 though. Alright, so here comes the fight. We have all of our ships moving. We're going to combine our fleet here in just a little bit, but here's the battle. AI versus double strength. As we have Tidarulek versus Zerbar. So they are trying to take that out. That's what they were originally doing. We have some torpedoes firing. It's so nice when it's like, hey, I'm not having to actually fight this fight. But I'll just go ahead and tell you my strategy here. I am... Okay. Really? The vote failed. I guess we're just going to keep... I must have missed something if they actually tried to invite the Athlid Compact. They don't really like us, as we know. So look, they're doing some damage to the battleships. Those torpedoes are bypassing shields. And they're already losing corvettes. So is this one actually built, or is this one under construction? It's so fun to tell, because they're actual ethereal beings. It looks like it's actually built. So fleet combat so far is going okay. Whoa! Okay, you know what? We're getting the full might of our allies here. This is awesome. I was like, wait, that bar jumped up quite a bit. We have you guys who are worth more. We have you guys who are worth more. Well met, friends. That's good. So this could actually be the AI taking out the Unbidden straight away, and the Unbidden's continuing to try and expand just a little bit. So here's the battle once again. It's not even me. This is a substantial change from previous patches where the AI would sit here and do nothing. And now look how far these fighters are shooting away from. This is a huge change. But here we go. This Unbidden fleet is actually getting wrecked right now by my ally. I'm not even in there ready to... I'm not even in there for the fight. Okay, well, while we're watching this, let's go ahead and just build some... Guess we'll build some bounty hunters. Well, I guess we'll build a bounty hunter. Because we'll definitely need to get our fleet up. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll miss the entire war because it's on the other side of the galaxy and our ally's strong enough to actually take on the Unbidden on their own. So there's 10,000. There's a station there that's having problems. Now this actual fight's not going so good. It's because he brought these other forces in there. And I wonder if this is the entire standing army, because right now this is just one stack. And you know the Unbidden has more than just one stack. At least right now Zubar is probably... Okay, he has adaptable and unyielding. So because he's unyielding, he cannot actually retreat from this battle. Look at all those little fighters, though. This is so nice. Plus, it's nice to be recording and not have too much in the way of lag here. This is more of what the game's supposed to look like. I hope it translates pretty well on YouTube. But see, because they're fighters, they're not penetrating the shields, so they're getting a lot of shield stuff here. And let's see here. They're still at 7,000 strength. But yeah, the Unbidden, you picked the wrong galaxy. It's not just me you have to deal with. It's everybody else here. It looks like, are they actually using Cloud Lightning as well? Fascinating stuff. Definitely fascinating stuff. So let's hear 6,000. Looks like they only have 3 battleships left. Their battleships only have 1,000 strength. So our unyielding commander here is going to get wrecked, and just like that, look, we have a non-episode. The AI is actually doing the dirty work for us. So that's pretty cool. How close are we? It's like we're here to help. All I wanted to do, and I meant to go into this before, is I'm sending the scientists down here because I do want to get some research from these wrecks, but in order to get research from the wrecks, I have to be the one to get the kill. And at this point, there may be no killing left for me. So we'll see. Right now, 3,000, 1,000. They did take some substantial damage. And take... Oh, wait, I see... Okay. They're just firing at another station that's down here. So there is actually an Unbidden constructor that tried to sneak something in. Alright, so that went good for my ally. Alright, we got 2 ships upgraded. That's fine. So yeah, we're just at normal speed. That's looking kind of like a mop-up right here. So... Saramore is actually going to be flipping back, and we'll see this in a minute once this gets destroyed. That this system is going to flip from the Unbidden and just be kind of on its own. Once again, all those little fighter ships. And they're so evasive, too. They're so hard hit, so their construction ship's gone. It just looks so cool. I mean, I look forward to mods that actually make things like the Unbidden actually unplayable. That'd be a really interesting mod, actually, to have... your role is the Unbidden or somebody else, and your job is to invade the galaxy. Even if it's just from flipping the perspective here. So we got construction complete on planets. More importantly, we have a lot of battleships going, and let's look here. All those stations are gone. And everything is happy here. Oh, it's fascinating. Look, it actually went right back to their territory. So our allies are still here. We have some of our first fleets coming through. Ever so slowly. I mean, we have to go all the way across the galaxy, so there's not a great way to reinforce. Now, technically... Oh, wow, I have a lot of armies just hanging out here, don't I? Alright, let's get you guys back in here, because I can't keep you all on these planets. Let's just send you to Raskmanir. Like, we'll deal with this stuff later. Now, we do... Like I said, I do have some housekeeping to do over here. As we have... Where did they go? You just won, and now you're running? Oh god, did we just lose border access? Oh wow. This is still in the Iberic Confederacy, somehow. Well, I'm really glad I sent my people over. Because I don't know what they're doing. They're just, I guess they're going to repair. Alright, well. We do have our ships starting to come. Now, there's a few things that I said before. First off, for some reason between the patch, we now have Mindara, which is interesting because the Githmel Imperium does not feel like they have to move. But this is our planet now. So, I don't know what that's all about. Or maybe they're just sitting there. A vote into the Athlete Compact has failed. Oh, the Zubaru Compact. Is that us? That is us. Alright. And diplomatic proposal. Invite the Athlete Compact. Okay, let's see. 178 days left. The Athlete Compact, these people really don't like us. Like, they don't. They're hostile. They're pathetic to us. You know what, though? I'll vote yes again. I feel like I've done this before. See if we can tear apart our alliance from within. But if we look around, like right here, we do not need this frontier outpost anymore. So that is influence we can get back. We'll lose some of the center of the galaxy stuff. That's about it. Alright. So you guys are all moving. You guys are moving. Any other frontier outposts I don't need? Technically, I could probably start deleting some of these. Once I get a colonization for arid worlds, I can get rid of a lot of these, because there's no great reason to push much further into the Fallen Empire. Whoa. Slagor's dead. Oh no. So we did finish some research. We do need to finish torpedoes. Okay, it's another day of new scientists. Anomaly risk. Speed. Okay, we'll do you. Alright, so statecraft doesn't do great. We'll see if we can level them up and maybe throw them somewhere else. Oh, you know what? You have field manipulation. Yeah, you know what? Let's put you. Not you. Let's put you here. We'll let you level up in the field. Yeah, that works out okay. I mean, it's all the same skill anyway, so no bones to me. So Scientist is dead. Oh, the Athlete Compact came and left the Alliance, so... They apparently saw that we were in the room and they didn't like us. So, Empire Leader capacity, social welfare programs are now in, and tile blockers. Oh, Celtic Reef. We actually need that pretty well. I'm not worried about forming a federation, but Celtic. I keep calling it Celtic. Kelp. Let's hear. Who has a lot of kelp? You have, like, all the kelp. You have all the kelp. So that will actually free up a ton of stuff on our planets. Not that we need the money right now anyway, but let's see here. While everybody's going over here. Let's go ahead and just try and spread out our building just a little bit. Okay, we actually can't build a bounty hunter right now. Okay, well, we'll build some abominations here. Can't build anything here yet, so we'll see. Our fleet is in transit. Not the fastest thing ever, but looks like we are going to be able to make it. Looks like this is a valid point. And while they did take back space, we still have places we can go. We still have a place we need to take out. I could go over here. It looks like there's probably something up here I can take on. That's not within our borders. So, Scat, what a great name for a planet. Well, you know what? We've kind of been spending some time moving around here. There's a lot of housekeeping to do here. Let's see. Alliance invitation. No. Well, you know, I'm just going to abstain. So I guess we're going to have bugs still in 1.1 where you have people just constantly getting invited into the Alliance. But let's see here. Here is our first bounty hunter. Wow. That is a almost 700 strength cruiser just because of the torpedoes. And that's not even like a super strong one. Also has a lot of hull, so there's a lot of just hit points. Hard points are pretty important, and there is our fleet making its way down. I guess it's time to speed this up just a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to call this an episode. This is Asher. Next time we're going to see the Uberic Confederacy made a poke into the Unbidden space and actually won, which is awesome. I guess the question becomes, do I go after this? Do I go after one of the side areas? My first goal is just to get research. I don't think I can take on like a whole direct engagement, because they only have one 16 stack in there, but you know they have more. But the other reason is that you want to take on the Unbidden. The sooner you can take better, and there's a fallen empire. Have we actually met you guys? Enigmatic observers, there's xenophiles. So we have, okay, that's very rare that we have 2 xenophiles. And okay, we have the Gulfurp Remnant. When did these guys get here? This had better be good. And they're xenophobes, so I guess they just really don't like us. Also, here's a joke. Beacon of Perpetuity is broken. Alright, so we do have our fleets in place. Most of them, some of them. We do have some things kind of falling back here. We have another person that's died at... Oh no, Schlagram's dead. No, just in time for actually taking on the biggest fight of your life. And we have the last remaining vestiges of our fleet coming into the force. So that's it for now. This is Asher. We're going to do our... This took a lot longer than I expected, but we are actually... I guess maybe the AI decided to follow my fleet and actually group up. That seems like exactly what they're doing right now. So I guess we're going to take our stacks in together and see if we can take on the Unbidden ourselves. All we have to do is take out the core. Oh, they're actually going in themselves, from the looks of it. Alright, well, we'll form up and we can follow up and see how they do. Yeah, I think they're just going for it right now. Alright, well, that's it for now. This is Asher. Good enough time as any to pause it. We'll do this again next time. Thanks for watching with Stellaris. It's 1.1, and the AI is actually doing something versus an in-game crisis. Who knew? But now, next episode, it's our turn. See you next time.